What's up, everyone? Welcome to Power Play with CJ. I'm going to focus in on the Philadelphia Flyers. Two things went on with the defenseman. Obviously, Kimmo Timonen, the 40-year-old Kimmo Timonen, suffering blood clots, which could bring about an end to his hockey career. We'll talk more about that. That's, he's something you don't want to see. Kimmo Timonen has been an amazing player for a long time in the league. And, if this is the end, best of luck to Timo, to Kimmo. Timo, whatever. Whoops. But bottom line is he's a classy guy, and hopefully he's able to come back and play the season for Philly because he's a great player and a great human being. To address that, Philly signed Mike Del Zotto, 24-year-old Mike Del Zotto, for 1 year, $1.3 million, which is an amazing deal. Here's what I don't get, and you know what? Correct me if I'm wrong here. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I'm an asshole. Maybe I'm both. But the bottom line is, how does the Washington Capitals sign Brooks Orpik to a $5.5 million a year deal, and a 24-year-old defenseman that, had kind of a rough year last year, gets 1 year, $1.3 million? Hey, I'd rather have Del Zotto at, that cost than Brooks Orpik's contract. But, my thing with Del Zotto is, and I heard this when he was a rookie, when he was a teenager with the Rangers, is he took a little bit of a liking to Manhattan. So the Brooks Orpik. Rolling Stones lyric, bite the Big Apple, don't mind the maggots, and kind of kept him down early, and then he really bounced back 2011, 2012. Contract dispute, the lockout shortened, that kind of screwed things up for him, and then he could realistically be one of Philly's top 4 defensemen next year. I think he will be one of Philly's top 4 defensemen over the course of next season. I really expect an offensive revival for him. 35 to 40 points isn't out of the question. Again, I know he had a rough tenure in Nashville last year, after getting traded from the Rangers, but he's a good hockey player. He's young. He needs to grow up. Most people in their 20s need to grow up. You're looking at one. That's just how it happens. That's the way the cookie crumbles. That's life, as Frank Sinatra would say. And, 16 points last season in 77 games, awful. Horrific. But you're looking at the same guy that had 41 points, 2 years before that, and is still 24 years old. He's not over the hill by any means. I think he's a decent playoff player. I think he's going to bounce back in a big way and be part of Philly's, blue line next year. To throw a kid out to dry like this is stupid. And, I think teams are going to regret it. And I think there are 29 teams in hockey that are saying we could have gotten this kid for $1.3 million. And, knowing that what he's done in the past and that he's still only 24 years old, this is why I should be a GM. Because I would have signed him to this deal, in July. Even if I had a deep blue line, I would have moved some pieces to address other areas. And this kid can still play. I get it. There's inconsistencies. Everyone has flaws in their game, except, Bobby Orr did it. And, neither does Nicholas never had any flaws in the game, but you catch my drift. You got to take the good with the bad. And I definitely, with a kid like this, knowing what he's done in the past, knowing what he can do going forward, I definitely would roll with it and take the good with the bad. But, hey, no one's hired me to be the general manager yet, so we'll leave it at that. That's our next episode of the Power Play with CJ on the Rangers. Philadelphia Flyers signed a former New York Ranger and Nashville Predator Michael Del Zotto to a 1 year, $1.3 million contract. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the offseason and beyond. Later, guys.